Chapter 1: A New Beginning. Hassan lived in Syria with his wife and 2 children. Their home was full of laughter, love, and the smell of spices from his mother's recipes. But one day, everything changed. War came to their town. Bombs fell, homes were destroyed, and life became unsafe. Hassan knew he had to protect his family. They packed a few belongings and left their country behind. The journey was hard. They walked for days, stayed in crowded camps, and faced many dangers. Finally, they reached Germany. The people there welcomed them, giving them food, shelter, and safety. For this, Hassan felt deeply grateful. But soon, he realized that gratitude alone could not fix everything. He struggled every day because he could not speak German or English well. Simple tasks like shopping or asking for directions were difficult. He felt stuck, unable to express himself or connect with others. Hassan wanted more for his family. He dreamed of finding work, building a new life, and giving his children a bright future. But how could he do that if he couldn't even hold a conversation? One evening, while sitting at the kitchen table, he made a decision. He would learn English. It was a global language, spoken by millions. If he could master it, he believed doors would open for him. A local NGO offered free English classes for refugees. Hassan signed up immediately. At first, learning was tough. The sounds of the words felt strange, and grammar rules confused him. But Hassan did not give up. Every morning, he studied new vocabulary. Every night, he practiced speaking with his teacher and classmates. Slowly, he began to improve. Words that once seemed impossible now rolled off his tongue. Sentences came easier. His confidence grew. Through these classes, Hassan met people from all over the world. They shared stories of their struggles and hopes. These friendships gave him strength. He started to see himself not just as a refugee, but as someone who could rebuild his life. With each word he learned, Hassan felt a little freer, a little closer to his dreams. By the end of 6 months, Hassan could introduce himself, talk about his family, and describe his favorite foods. He smiled when he ordered groceries without fear of being misunderstood. For the first time since arriving in Germany, he felt hope. Learning English was not just about words, it was about finding his voice again. Chapter 2: Discovering a Dream. As Hassan's English improved, so did his outlook on life. No longer content to simply survive, he began thinking about ways to thrive. He often reflected on what made him happiest back in Syria, cooking meals for his family and friends. The rich flavors of Syrian dishes like kebabs, tabbouleh, and baklava brought comfort and joy. Food was not just sustenance, it was a way to share culture, tell stories, and bring people together. One day, while scrolling through social media, Hassan noticed posts about local restaurants and cafes in Germany. People loved trying new cuisines, especially ones from other countries. An idea sparked in his mind. Why not start a business sharing Syrian food? It would be a way to earn money, preserve his heritage, and connect with his new community. Excited but nervous, Hassan decided to take the first step. He began experimenting in the small kitchen of his apartment. Using ingredients from the local market, he recreated the dishes he grew up loving. Each meal reminded him of home, the aroma of cumin and garlic, the vibrant colors of fresh vegetables, the warmth of freshly baked bread. His wife and children tasted everything, offering feedback and encouragement. "This is amazing," his wife said after trying a plate of stuffed grape leaves. "People will love it." To test his idea, Hassan invited neighbors over for dinner. He prepared a feast, explaining the history and significance of each dish. His guests were amazed. "Your food is incredible," one neighbor exclaimed. "You should sell this." Hearing such praise boosted Hassan's confidence. He realized his cooking could be more than a hobby, it could become a career. But starting a business required planning. Hassan used his growing English skills to research catering companies online. He watched videos, read articles, and joined Facebook groups for entrepreneurs. He learned about marketing, pricing, and customer service. Though some terms were challenging, he didn't let that stop him. Whenever he encountered a difficult word, he wrote it down and looked it up later. Over time, he gained valuable knowledge. With determination, Hassan took action. He registered his business name, Syrian flavors, and designed a simple logo featuring a spice jar and olive branch. To promote his services, he created social media accounts. Posting photos of his colorful dishes and writing captions in English, he reached out to potential customers. "Try authentic Syrian cuisine made with love," one post read. Another said, "Let us bring the taste of Syria to your event." Word spread quickly. Friends of his neighbors hired him for parties. Local organizations booked him for cultural events. Each order brought excitement and pride. Hassan worked long hours, sometimes staying up late to prepare meals. But seeing smiles on his customers' faces made it all worthwhile. His dream was becoming real, one plate at a time. Chapter 3: Building Connections. As Hassan's catering business grew, so did his ability to communicate and connect with people. English became more than just a tool for transactions. It opened doors to meaningful relationships and opportunities. Every interaction, whether taking an order, discussing menu options, or thanking a satisfied customer, was a chance to practice and refine his skills. And with each conversation, Hassan grew more confident. Social media played a key role in expanding his reach. Hassan posted regularly, showcasing his dishes alongside heartfelt messages about Syrian culture. He wrote captions like, "Food is a universal language. Let ours tell you a story." His posts attracted attention not only locally but also internationally. People from different countries commented, praising his talent and expressing interest in trying his food. Some even asked for tips on making Syrian dishes themselves. Encouraged by this response, Hassan started hosting live cooking sessions on Instagram. Speaking slowly and clearly, he guided viewers through recipes, answering questions along the way. These sessions allowed him to engage directly with his audience, creating a sense of connection despite the distance. In person, Hassan's charm and passion shone brightly. At events where he served his food, he greeted guests warmly, introducing himself and sharing stories about the dishes. "This is kibbeh," he would say, holding up a plate of crispy meatballs. It's a traditional Syrian dish made with bulgur wheat and spices. My grandmother taught me how to make it. Guests listened eagerly, asking questions and marveling at the flavors. Many expressed gratitude for the opportunity to experience Syrian culture firsthand. "Your food reminds me of my travels to the Middle East," one guest remarked. "Thank you for sharing your heritage with us." These interactions went beyond mere pleasantries. They helped break down barriers and foster understanding. In a world often divided by differences, Hassan's food became a bridge, a reminder of our shared humanity. His customers weren't just buying meals, they were participating in a cultural exchange. For many Germans who had never met Syrians before, Hassan's presence challenged stereotypes and built empathy. "You're changing perceptions," a regular customer told him once. "People see your kindness and hard work. That matters." Hassan also formed strong bonds within his own community. Other refugees saw his success and sought his advice on starting businesses. He happily shared tips, encouraging them to pursue their dreams. Together, they celebrated milestones like when another Syrian entrepreneur opened a bakery downtown. "We're stronger together," Hassan often said. This spirit of collaboration extended to local German residents as well. Farmers at the market saved fresh produce for him, knowing he valued quality ingredients. Neighbors stopped by to offer support or lend a hand during busy times. Even local chefs invited him to collaborate on fusion dishes, blending Syrian flavors with German traditions. Through it all, Hassan remained humble and grateful. He knew his journey wasn't just about personal achievement. It was about building connections that enriched everyone involved. Whether chatting with a customer, teaching a recipe online, or partnering with fellow entrepreneurs, he approached every relationship with sincerity and respect. His growing network became a testament to the power of communication, not just in words, but in actions, flavors, and shared experiences. Chapter 4: Recognition and Impact. As months turned into years, Hassan's catering business flourished beyond his wildest dreams. What began as a small venture operating out of his apartment kitchen evolved into a thriving enterprise celebrated across the region. His reputation for serving authentic, flavorful Syrian cuisine spread far and wide, earning him accolades from both locals and international visitors. Food bloggers raved about his dishes, calling them a culinary journey to Syria. Event planners recommended him for weddings, corporate gatherings, and cultural festivals. Even prominent chefs praised his skill, inviting him to participate in high-profile food events. One milestone that stood out was when a major German newspaper featured Hassan in an article titled "From Refugee to Culinary Star." The piece highlighted not only his delicious food, but also his inspiring journey. Readers were moved by his story of resilience, creativity, and determination. Hassan's dishes are more than meals, they're a testament to the strength of the human spirit, the journalist wrote. The article brought a surge of new customers, many of whom traveled long distances just to try his food. Overnight, Syrian flavors became synonymous with excellence in the local food scene. Beyond individual recognition, Hassan's success had a profound impact on his community. Other refugees looked up to him as a role model, proof that hard work and perseverance could lead to extraordinary achievements. Inspired by his example, several individuals launched their own businesses, ranging from tailoring shops to art studios. Hassan actively supported these efforts, offering guidance and connecting them with resources. He believed in lifting others as he climbed, ensuring no one felt left behind. His influence extended to preserving Syrian culture as well. Through his catering service, Hassan introduced countless Germans to the richness of Syrian traditions. From the intricate designs of ziyadar flatbread to the sweet layers of baklava, each dish carried a piece of his homeland. Customers often remarked how his food deepened their appreciation for Syria, countering negative stereotypes perpetuated by news headlines. Before meeting Hassan, I didn't know much about Syrian culture, one customer admitted. Now I feel connected to it in a way I never expected. Hassan also became a bridge between communities. By fostering dialogue through food, he broke down barriers and built trust. Locals who initially viewed refugees with suspicion now saw them as neighbors, colleagues, and friends. Cultural exchange programs invited Hassan to speak about his experiences, emphasizing the importance of inclusion and mutual understanding. Schools organized field trips to his kitchen, where students learned about Syrian history and sampled traditional snacks. These initiatives strengthened ties between Syrians and Germans, proving that diversity could be a source of unity rather than division. For Hassan, the greatest reward was seeing how his efforts inspired others to embrace multiculturalism. Parents encouraged their children to learn Arabic phrases, while young Syrians took pride in their heritage, unafraid to share it with the world. Restaurants began incorporating Middle Eastern flavors into their menus, reflecting a growing appetite for cross-cultural exploration. Hassan's legacy was clear. He hadn't just built a successful business. He had planted seeds of change that would continue to grow for generations. Chapter 5: Lessons Learned and Dreams Ahead. Reflecting on his journey, Hassan realized that his transformation from a refugee to an entrepreneur was not just about achieving personal success. It was about resilience, adaptability, and the power of community. Each challenge he faced taught him valuable lessons that shaped not only his business, but also his approach to life. Looking back, he understood that true growth comes not from avoiding difficulties, but from embracing them with courage and determination. One of the most important lessons Hassan learned was the value of resilience. When he first arrived in Germany, the language barrier and unfamiliar environment left him feeling trapped and uncertain. Yet, instead of giving up, he chose to act. Attending English classes, practicing daily, and pushing through moments of frustration showed him that progress takes time and effort. This lesson stayed with him as he navigated the ups and downs of running a business. There were days when orders were slow or unexpected expenses arose, but Hassan reminded himself of the perseverance that had brought him this far. Resilience became his guiding principle, helping him overcome obstacles and stay focused on his goals. Adaptability was another key takeaway from Hassan's journey. Starting a catering business in a foreign country meant constantly adjusting to new circumstances. From sourcing ingredients to understanding customer preferences, Hassan had to remain flexible and open-minded. For instance, when certain Syrian spices were unavailable locally, he experimented with alternatives, ensuring the flavor stayed true to his roots. Similarly, when social media trends shifted, he adapted his marketing strategies to stay relevant. This ability to adapt not only kept his business thriving, but also reinforced the idea that change is an opportunity for innovation. Perhaps the most transformative aspect of Hassan's experience was the importance of community. His success was never a solo endeavor. It was built on the support of those around him. From his family, who cheered him on every step of the way, to his neighbors, who became loyal customers, Hassan's achievements were a collective effort. The friendships he formed with fellow entrepreneurs and the partnerships he developed with local farmers further highlighted the strength of collaboration. Hassan came to understand that no one succeeds alone and that fostering connections can create lasting impact. Looking ahead, Hassan remains committed to expanding his mission. While his catering business continues to flourish, he dreams of opening a small restaurant that doubles as a cultural center. Here, patrons could enjoy Syrian dishes while learning about the country's history, music, and art. He envisions hosting cooking workshops, storytelling sessions, and even language exchanges to deepen cross-cultural understanding. Additionally, Hassan plans to mentor more refugees, helping them turn their skills into sustainable livelihoods. He believes that empowering others is the best way to honor the support he received along his journey. On a personal level, Hassan aspires to document his experiences, writing a book or creating videos to inspire others facing similar challenges. He wants to share his story not just as a tale of triumph, but as a reminder that anyone can rise above adversity with hard work and hope. Through these efforts, he aims to leave a legacy of resilience, inclusivity, and unity. Hassan's journey serves as a powerful testament to the human spirit's capacity to adapt, grow, and thrive. His story demonstrates that even in the face of immense hardship, one person's determination can spark positive change not only for themselves, but for entire communities. As he looks to the future, Hassan carries with him the lessons he has learned and the dreams he has yet to fulfill, knowing that his work is far from over. His legacy will continue to inspire generations to come, proving that food, like life, is best when shared.